Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, oiling fretboards, yay or nay? Well, I say nay. Why? Well, unless you want your frets to push out eventually, I would say don't. Well, how's that going to happen? Well, when you put oil on your fretboard, especially rosewood or ebony, because maple ones, they spray them with, a coating, either poly or nitro finish, whatever. Anyways, but fretboards like ebony and rosewood, they're left unprotected. Why? Well, because they have their own natural oils in them, and yeah, that oil never leaves. So why would you keep adding more oil? Now, I'm going to give you a little hint when it comes to rosewood. It's probably one of the worst woods on the planet to try and glue up. Well, actually, any wood is that has its own oils in it. Okay, which maple, by the way, does not have natural oils of any kind. Anyways, so there's a lot of special prep work that goes in with boards like ebony and with rosewood so that they can glue the wood to the neck. Okay, no matter what the neck's made out of, right? If they don't do it, it's just going to fly right off. It won't stick. So with you going and jamming oil into this fretboard, what's happening is you're expanding or allowing the expansion of the wood. Okay? Now, for some people, they would probably be thinking, well, that's not such a bad idea. I wouldn't have to file down fret ends if it's all swollen out. Well, sure, but you know what's going to happen eventually here is that oil is going to seep down even more, and then when it pushes against the hard surface of that glue, it's going to push out. Okay? And one of these days, okay, your fretboard's going to fly off. Okay? Or it's going to start to. Okay? So, oiling your fretboard is not necessarily a really good idea. Well, then how do we clean the fretboards then? Well, glad you asked. You ever heard of a thing called a razor blade? Okay, it's about yay wide, you can take one of those and you start at the one fret and you hold it down on a steep angle because you don't want to slice the wood off. You're not trying to plane the wood here. Okay, and you can use that to just lightly and gently get your DNA off there. Okay, once you're done that, okay, now you'll come this way and then you'll go back that way because you got ends at either end. Okay, and you do that for the entire length of the fretboard. Once you've done all that, forget 000 or quad 0 wool. Okay, that's steel wool stuff. That shit's going to get right inside and it's going to jam itself underneath your fret wires where there is any kind of a gap at all. It's going to also push itself into the wood and it's going to stay there. If you're an idiot and you don't protect your pickups properly, well, hey, it's steel. Guess what? Steel and magnetism, it's going to suck itself right into your pickups and things are going to start to sound like shit. So, you don't use steel wool. Well, yeah, but the pro shops do. They want to sell you more pickups. Duh. Okay? And a lot of other people that are steel wool believers will just tell you the same thing to use it. They think it's okay as long as you protect stuff right. Well, it's not okay. Now, what I use, okay, is I'll do the razor thing if I need to take DNA off. I mean, this is one of those guitars where I've got really super fat jumbo frets. My fingers don't even touch the wood, okay? Like, if they do, it's a slip, and that's a rare thing, okay? The frets sit up nice and high, and you're not pressing hard on a guitar like this to ring out a note. I'm nowhere near it. And if I press harder, it brings the pitch up, so then you're playing out of tune. Very light touch on this guitar, okay? So anyways, and you'll find that any other guitar with medium jumbo or jumbo frets will be the same way. If you know how to play a guitar properly for the frets that it has, then you'll be fine. Which also save you a lot of fret wear. This guitar's, I don't know how many years old now. I'd have to go back in my videos, but it's getting some age to it now, okay? And I play the living hell out of this guitar. Now, I did do the stunt once where I decided to try the oil thing like any other moron out there does. And guess what happened? Well, I found out I was a moron because my frets, a couple of them started to pop up. Go figure. The guy I listened to who said don't do it or they'll pop was actually right. So there you go. That's why you don't oil your fretboard, because it can happen, right? So with that also in mind, getting back to the cleaning thing, have you ever heard of Scotch-Brite pad? Well, that stuff's actually pretty good, right? You can get it in different levels of coarseness, okay, right down to the fine stuff. Now, this is just used to scrape the rest of the DNA out of the way and also maybe polish your frets up a little bit. So I usually start with the coarse one, which is usually the green one, and then I'll go into the lightest one I can get my hands on, finish it off, and then I'll carefully wipe everything down afterwards with a dampened rag. Now when I mean damp, I don't mean there's, you know, if I twist the thing, I shouldn't have any water coming out, so that's damp. And then you rub the crap out of it, okay, and re-dampen as needed. But you do one fret, dampened it, wipe it right away with a dry rag. Really good. Do the next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, and so on down the line. And that's how you do it, and that's how you clean it. And when you're using that Scotch-Brite, be very light to the touch. Okay, you don't want to score stuff up. Okay, very, very light to the touch. It doesn't take much to clean the crap off. Okay, and once you've done that, you're good, right? And you won't find you'll have to protect the pickups. If you've done this right, you won't even get any of the furries near the pickups because there won't be any furries coming out to do that. All right, and that's the best way. Now that's my opinion. So you know, you guys can tell me what you think, but I think it's really a bad idea. And a lot of guitars now are using non-wood fretboards. They're made out of different materials, okay, other than wood now because of all the crap going on with the whole rosewood thing. And of course ebony is getting in there too because ebony's getting more scarce apparently too. So now we're starting to get different woods now, or they're coming up with these fake woods. And so you won't be oiling a fake wood neck, you know what I mean? You just wipe her down and that's it. So anyway, hopefully you got some useful information out of the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.